Security and Preferences, an Aptora Mobile II training video. Video Overview. The purpose of this training video is to provide Aptora Mobile II users with a detailed summary of the user security permissions available in the Aptora Mobile II website, provide a brief description of each permission available, and include a brief analysis of the different user security permissions preference settings available in the Aptora Mobile II website application. This training video is divided into 3 sections. Section 1, Navigation to and Display of the User Permissions form. Section 2, User Permission Descriptions. And Section 3, User Security Permissions Preference Settings. Upon completion of this training video, users should have a practical understanding of the user security permissions and preferences available in the Aptora Mobile II website application, and a general working knowledge of how to use this information effectively. Section 1, Navigation to and Display of the User Permissions form. To begin, log into your Aptora Mobile II website as the administrator user, unless your user account has permissions to view the User Permissions form in Aptora Mobile II. Note that when clients first purchase and install the Aptora Mobile II website application, only the administrator user can set up user security permissions for other Aptora Mobile II users. Upon login, users will be directed to the dashboard menu. From the dashboard, select the More Data View option. Next, select the Security Data View option, followed by the User Permissions Data View option. After selecting the User Permissions Data View, select an Aptora Mobile II user from the list to continue. Once a user has been selected, the User Permissions form page will display. Notice that the User Permissions form in Aptora Mobile II displays 3 buttons on the top of the form: Save, User Template, and Copy Security From, 63 user permissions, selected by checkbox, and 10 additional user security permissions preference settings, selected by a Yes/No toggle switch. Before moving forward to Section 2, let's first look at the 3 buttons displayed at the top of the User Permissions form page. The Save button, displayed in the upper right corner of the form, is used to save changes made to this form, and, upon selection, returns the user to the User Permissions user list. The User Template button provides users with the ability to select another user's security permissions template from a drop-down list in order to copy that user's security permissions to the current user's security permissions form. As you will notice, we have set up a few different generic user templates. Accounting Bookkeeper Template, Administrator Template, Sales Template, and Service Technician Template. These templates are easy to set up and make it easier to assign new employees access to the Aptora software without creating an entirely new user account. To set one of these templates up, users will first create a new employee in Total Office Manager. Use the name fields on the employee form to describe the template being created, such as Technician Template, and save the employee record. Next, in Total Office Manager, open the User List Security form and create a new user and password for the employee named Technician Template. Assign all permissions necessary in Total Office Manager and then save the Total Office Manager user. Note that this step is not absolutely necessary, as it is not required to assign Total Office Manager security permissions to technicians or other employees that will not be using Total Office Manager and will be using only the Aptora Mobile II software. However, a user account set up in Total Office Manager is required. Once the technician template user in TOM has been created, log in as the administrator user in Aptora Mobile II and assign the applicable permissions for the technician template user, and you are done. The process really is rather simple and efficient. If you have additional questions about how to set these templates up, please contact an Aptora sales representative or the Aptora Technical Support Department. The final button, Copy Security From, performs the action of copying the user's security permissions from the user template selected on the User Template button and applies them to the current user's security permissions form. At this time, please watch as I illustrate the use of these buttons on the form. User Template button. Select User. Copy Security From button. And Save button. Now let's return to the User Permissions form page. The final detail we will look at on this form is the legend. Though only one character exists here, it is important to note. The asterisk symbol. Users will see this asterisk symbol next to a variety of user security permissions and preferences, indicating the permission is not recommended for all users. Typically, these permissions are reserved for company executives, administrators, and management. Now let's move on to Section 2. Section 2, User Permission Descriptions. To begin this section, let's first look at the Item row header displayed at the top of the list of user security permissions. To the far right of this heading, users will notice a series of checkboxes displayed next to each column header: View, Edit, and Add. Users may select a checkbox to apply all permissions in that column to the user being set up. Though this is not recommended for all users, it does offer the ability to quickly set up those users having administrator type permissions. Now let's take a closer look at the permissions available to users within the Aptora Mobile II website. A description of what function or functions each permission permits a user to access or execute in the Aptora Mobile II website is provided, followed by a brief step-by-step navigation to locate the feature or features described by the particular permission. Company Calendar. Selecting this permission allows a user to view the company calendar. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Company Calendar. Company Info. Selecting this permission allows a user to view the Company Info data view. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Company Info. Contact Log Notification System. Selecting this permission allows a user to access and use, view, edit, and add the Contact Log Notification System and equivalent features. This feature does not have a navigation process, as it merely enables users to use the corresponding contact log notification system features. Log in. This permission is required for users to log into the Aptora Mobile II website. This feature does not have a navigation process, as it simply allows the user to log in to the Aptora Mobile II website. My Appointments. Selecting this permission allows a user access to the My Appointments data view option on the dashboard menu and view the resultant list. Navigation. Dashboard. My Appointments. The next permission, My Calendar. Selecting this permission grants a user access to the My Calendar data view option on the dashboard menu. This calendar represents data specific to the logged in user and is not the company calendar. Navigation. Dashboard. My Calendar. The next permission, My Inventory. Primarily used by technicians, selecting this permission allows a user to access their personal inventory from the Inventory on Hand data view option and displays inventory assigned to their vehicle. Navigation. Dashboard. More. Lists. Inventory on Hand. My Notifications. Selecting this permission gives a user access to view their own notifications from the My Notifications data view option found on the dashboard. Users must first have the Contact Log Notification System permission checked in order to use this feature. Navigation. Dashboard. My Notifications. My Phone Messages. Selecting this permission allows a user to access the My Phone Messages data view option from the dashboard. Navigation. Dashboard. My Phone Messages. My Reminders. Selecting this permission allows a user to access the My Reminders data view option from the dashboard. Navigation. Dashboard. My Reminders. My Work Orders. Selecting this permission allows a user to access the My Work Orders data view option from the dashboard and displays work orders for the user logged in. Navigation. Dashboard. My Work Orders. The next permission, Timesheet, Time Tracking. Selecting this permission allows a user access to the Timesheet Time Tracking data view option and also allows a user to add and edit timesheet entries from forms having the timesheet entry action icon. This permission allows the user to enter their own timesheet entries and does not grant access for other employee selections or to view other employees' timesheet entries. Navigation. Dashboard. More. Timesheet Time Tracking. Financials. Executive Summary. Selecting this permission grants a user access to the Executive Summary data view option, which displays 14 key analytical reports that summarize a company's financial position from different perspectives. Navigation. Dashboard. More. Financials. Financials, who owes us. Selecting this permission provides a user access to the Who Owes Us data view option, essentially the company's accounts receivable summary, which displays a list of customers owing the company, including customer balances, and a count of how many outstanding invoices the customer has on file. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Financials. Financials, who we owe. Selecting this permission provides a user access to the Who We Owe data view option, in essence, the company's accounts payable summary, which displays a list of vendors the company owes, including vendor balances, and a count of how many outstanding bills the company has on file for each vendor. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Financials. Financials, Banking, Chart of Accounts. Selecting this permission allows a user to access the Chart of Accounts list, which displays account numbers, names, type of account, and the account balance. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Financials, Banking. Item Pricing, Estimates. Selecting this permission gives a user the ability to view item pricing on estimates. Navigation, Dashboard, Quick Add, Estimates. Another navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists, Estimates. Item Pricing, Invoices. Selecting this permission allows a user to view item pricing on invoices. Navigation, Dashboard, Quick Add, Invoices. Another navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists, Invoices and Sales. Item Pricing, Lists. Selecting this permission permits a user to view item pricing from the Inventory on Hand feature. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists, Inventory on Hand, and select a specific warehouse. Item Pricing, My Flat Rate Book. Selecting this permission allows a user to view item pricing from the My Flat Rate Book feature. Navigation, Dashboard, My Flat Rate Book. Item Pricing, Reports. Selecting this permission provides a user access to view item pricing from report data views, such as reports found in the Executive Summary Data View. Navigation. There is not one single navigation to direct users to for this permission. The permission enables viewing of item pricing from reports found in different areas on the Aptora Mobile II website. Item Pricing, Work Orders. Selecting this permission permits a user to view item pricing displayed on work orders. Navigation, Dashboard, Quick Add, Work Orders. Or another navigation, Dashboard, My Work Orders. And yet one final navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists, Work Orders. Lists, Appointments. Selecting this permission provides a user to access, view, add, and edit appointments found in the list. Navigation, dashboard, more, lists, appointments. Lists, company contact log. Selecting this permission grants users access to the company contact log feature and enables them to view, add, and edit company contact log entries. Navigation, dashboard, more, company info, contact log. Lists, customer contact log. Selecting this permission grants a user access to the customer contact log feature. Navigation. This feature has no direct navigation, as the customer contact log can be accessed from several different forms and features in Aptora Mobile II. Lists, customer equipment. Selecting this permission permits a user to view, add, and edit customer equipment. Navigation. This feature also has no direct navigation, as customer equipment can be added, edited, or viewed from various forms in Aptora Mobile II. Lists, customer history. Selecting this permission enables a user to view information found in the customer history feature. Navigation. This feature does not have a direct navigation, as customer history can be viewed or accessed from different forms and features in Aptora Mobile II. Lists, customer jobs. Selecting this permission grants a user access to the customer jobs list and permits the user to view, edit, and add customer jobs. Navigation, dashboard, more, lists, customer jobs. Lists, documents. Selecting this permission enables users to use the Document Links feature, which allows a user to view documents linked to the Total Office Manager database from Aptora Mobile II. Navigation. This permission has no direct navigation, as document links can be assigned to and viewed from a variety of forms. Lists, employee contact log. Selecting this permission permits a user to view, edit, and add employee contact log entries accessed from employee records. Users must have permission to access the employee list in order to use this feature. Navigation, dashboard, more, lists, employees. Lists, employees. Selecting this permission grants users access to view the employee list from the Employees Data View option. Navigation, dashboard, more, lists. Lists, estimates. Selecting this permission permits users to view the main estimate list and edit and add estimates to the database. Navigation, dashboard, more, lists. Lists, inventory. Selecting this permission allows a user to view all warehouses and inventory from the Inventory on Hand feature. Navigation, dashboard, more, lists. Lists, invoices and sales, regular, non-mobile. Selecting this permission provides a user with the ability to view and edit invoices and sales records created in Total Office Manager. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists. Lists, Logged in users. This permission grants a user access to the Logged in Users feature, which displays a list of current users having a connection to the Total Office Manager database from the Aptora Mobile II website. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists. Lists, Mobile Invoices. Selecting this permission allows a user to view, edit, and add invoices in the Aptora Mobile II website. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists. Lists, Notifications. Selecting this permission permits a user to view, edit, and add notifications within the Aptora Mobile II website. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists. Lists, Phone Messages. This permission authorizes a user to view, edit, and add phone messages from the Aptora Mobile II website. This is the main phone messages list. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists. Lists, Purchase Orders. Selecting this permission permits a user to view, edit, and add purchase orders using the Aptora Mobile II website. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists. Lists, Reminders. This permission allows a user to view, edit, and add reminders using the Aptora Mobile II website. This is the main reminders list. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists. Lists, Sales Opportunities. Selecting this permission grants a user access to the Sales Opportunities feature in the Aptora Mobile II website and gives the user the ability to view, edit, and add sales opportunities. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists. Lists, Vendor Contact Log. Selecting this permission enables a user to view, edit, and add vendor contact log entries. Users must also have permission to the contact log notification system to use this feature. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists. Lists, Vendors. Selecting this permission gives a user the ability to view the vendor list and edit vendor records. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists. Lists, Work Order Contact Log. This permission enables a user to view, edit, and add work order contact log entries. Users must also have the contact log notification system permission to use this feature. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists. Lists, Work Orders. Selecting this permission permits a user to view, edit, and add work orders within the Aptora Mobile II website. This is the main work order list. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Lists. Quick Lookup, Customer Checks by Number. Selecting this permission grants a user access to the Quick Lookup feature and gives a user the ability to search the database for customer checks by number. Records can be viewed and edited. Navigation, Dashboard, More. Quick Lookup, Customer Checks by Date. This permission grants a user access to the Quick Lookup feature and gives a user the ability to search the database for customer checks by date. Navigation, Dashboard, More. Quick Lookup, Estimates by Number. Selecting this permission permits a user to access the Quick Lookup feature and gives a user the ability to search the database for estimates by number. Navigation, Dashboard, More. Quick Lookup, Estimates by Date. This permission permits a user to access the Quick Lookup feature and gives a user the ability to search the database for estimates by date. Navigation, Dashboard, More. Quick Lookup, Invoices by Number. Selecting this permission grants users access to the Quick Lookup feature and enables users to search the database for invoices by number. Navigation, Dashboard, More. Quick Lookup, Invoices by Date. This permission grants users access to the Quick Lookup feature and enables users to search the database for invoices by date. Navigation, Dashboard, More. Quick Lookup, Vendor Checks by Number. Selecting this permission permits a user to use the Quick Lookup feature and allows the user to search the database for vendor checks by number. Navigation, Dashboard, More. Quick Lookup, Vendor Checks by Date. Selecting this permission permits users to use the Quick Lookup feature and allows users to search the database for vendor checks by date. Navigation, Dashboard, More. Quick Lookup, Work Orders by Number. Selecting this permission grants a user access to the Quick Lookup feature and enables a user to search the database for work orders by number. Navigation, Dashboard, More. Quick Lookup, Work Orders by Date. This permission grants users access to the Quick Lookup feature and enables users to search the database for work orders by date. Navigation, Dashboard, More. Security, Audit Trail. Selecting this permission authorizes users to view the audit trail, which contains detailed information about actions taken by users in the database. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Security. Security, Change Password, Use with caution. Selecting this permission allows a user to view the Change Password form and edit user passwords. Navigation, Dashboard, More, Security. Security, User Permissions. Selecting this permission enables a user to view and edit user permissions. Navigation. Dashboard. More. Security. Settings. Change theme. This permission allows a user to change their Aptora Mobile II theme or color scheme. Users will also need to have permission to display settings to use this feature. Navigation. Dashboard. More. Settings. Display settings. Settings. Change transitions. This permission does not yet reference a current module, element, or form in the Aptora Mobile II website. This feature is under construction, and we are working to develop and release this feature in the future. Settings. Credit card. Selecting this permission allows users to access and edit the credit card settings form. Navigation. Dashboard. More. Settings. Settings. Display. Selecting this permission grants users access to the display settings form where additional user settings are controlled. Navigation. Dashboard. More. Settings. Settings. Email setup. Selecting this permission authorizes users to view and edit the email settings form. Navigation. Dashboard. More. Settings. Settings. Views. Currently, this permission allows users access to the Views feature where they will see a list of views that will be added to the Aptora Mobile II website in the future. At this time, the views cannot be changed. However, users have the ability to view what views will be coming. Navigation. Dashboard. More. Settings. Display settings. This concludes the list of user security permissions. Now let's move on to Section 3. Section 3. Security Permissions, Preference Settings. Below the User Security Permissions grid, users will find 10 additional User Security Permissions, Preference Settings to be turned on or off using a toggle switch option. These settings work hand in hand with the user security permissions found in the grid above and allow for additional control of features found within the Aptora Mobile II website. Now, let's take a look at each of these preference settings in more detail. Allow editing of work orders not assigned to this person. When turned on, this allows users the ability to edit work orders not assigned to them. Allow employee selection on timesheets. When this setting is turned on, users are able to add and edit timesheets for other employees. Allow multiple invoices to be created from a work order. When toggled to the on position, this enables users to create multiple invoices for a single work order. Allow this user to edit other users' contact log entries. This preference authorizes a user to edit other users' contact log entries. Allow a user to edit invoice and estimate numbers. As implied, users having this preference turned on have the ability to edit invoice and estimate numbers. Allow user to edit purchase order numbers. When turned on, This gives a user the ability to edit purchase order numbers. Allow user to edit work order numbers. This preference setting, when turned on, enables users to edit work order numbers. Display customer balances on customer and list. When turned on, customer balances will appear in the customer list and on customer job records. Display vendor balances on vendor and list. When turned on, vendor balances are displayed within the vendor list and on vendor records. Only display one work order on dashboard. When this setting is turned on, only one work order, the next scheduled work order, will display in the My Work Orders data view found on the dashboard. Before we conclude this training video, let's review some additional things to consider. As Aptora continues to develop the Aptora Mobile II website application, more user security permissions and preference settings will be added. Each time a new feature is released, the changelog, found at Dashboard, More, Help, Check for Update, will display a write-up briefly describing the feature and will state whether or not new security has been added and needs to be selected for the feature to be accessed and used. When new user security permissions and preference settings are added, we ask that users with the appropriate permissions, essentially management and trainers, enable the new security permissions and preference settings in order to try out the new features before assigning them to your staff across the board. If users do not know what a feature does or what a feature is used for, please contact Aptora Technical Support or your Sales Account Manager for further assistance. This concludes the Security and Preferences Aptora Mobile II training video. At this time, select the Home button to return to the dashboard menu. To learn more about Aptora Mobile II and Aptora's other great products and services, please visit our website, aptora.com, and contact an Aptora sales representative.